So there's been a lot of talk on the radio about people who can work but don't want to work. There's been a lot of talk about the cuts in benefits, and there's been a lot of talk about PIP. I recently applied for a job. I saw this job advert for a driver, and basically the responsibility is you pick up young adults, children who have some kind of difficulties, and then you take them to school. And then a couple of hours later, you pick them up and bring them home. And your job is just to drive. You've got an assistant on the vehicle with you who does all of the interactions with the passengers. So I thought, great hours, because it's only a few hours a day. I don't have to work weekends, and I get school holidays off, and I'm doing some good. Let's face it, what I do now is just sales and not changing the world for the better. But this is giving something back and doing some good. The pay was stupid. It was basic minimum wage, and you're contracted 15 hours a week. There are people out there that are reliant on these sort of jobs to pay bills, to put food on the table. And in that respect, it's a horrendous payment. How can you manage your family on salaries like that? They say, congratulations, you've got the job. If you want to accept it, please fill in the application process online. So the first part of it was very basic: name, address, etc., etc. Then a proof of address, utility bill, or a bank statement. So found that a little bit difficult, because I can't remember the last time I got a bank statement through the post, but managed to go online, download one, and then upload it into the system. And then, what is your national insurance number? And then a document proving your national insurance number, a P60 or a payslip. Now, I managed to get that as well, but what if you've been unemployed for a while and you've been long-term sick or something like that? How else are you going to prove your national insurance number? And then proof of ID, passport. Well, luckily I've got one, or a driving license with your photo on it. Again, luckily I've got one of those, but I know a lot of people that are still on the old paper ones. Anyway, managed to do that. Then I was told that there was going to be a full DBS check. Get that completely, because you're dealing with vulnerable kids, young adults. Completely get that. Have gone through a DBS process with almost all of the jobs that I've done in the last 5 to 6 years. And then it started to ask me some weird and wonderful questions like, please provide 4 references. 2 have to be previous employers, and 2 have to be personal references. Now, 4 references, from previous employers. I haven't been employed for a long time. What if the place that I work to has moved, closed down? The people that I used to know there have left. And I thought that was really difficult. And I didn't think that was, something that was absolutely 100% necessary. 2 references, by all means, but give the option, if you haven't got an employee reference for any reason, provide personal references. But this one really got me. Now, remember, this is a part-time job, minimum wage, 15 hours a week, yeah? I was asked to provide 10 years worth of employment history. Yeah, 10 years, yeah? They wanted name of company, address of company, a contact person, their contact details, when I started, when I left, the reason for leaving, my job title, and a description of my duties for the last 10 years. Come on. I mean, seriously, years ago, I can't remember where I was working. It could have been company A or it could have been company B. They may have closed down. They may have moved. The person that I used to work with, the HR team, whatever, may have moved on to another company. I don't know. And this application process made me think, why are we making it so hard for people to find jobs? And it's hitting the people that need the jobs the most. The people that don't have the skills, that don't have the experience, that have probably been off ill for a long time. And these are the people that need these jobs. And we're making it so difficult for them to apply, let alone, actually get one, to just literally apply. What if I don't have the knowledge or the ability or the equipment to download and upload documents, go online and find, my old P60 or download something from the HMRC website? Is this contributing to unemployment and reliance on benefits? Well, I think it is. I got to the stage where when I saw that 10 years, I thought, nah, finish right there. I'm not prepared to go 10 years back, dig around and try and find things. Yeah. And imagine how I would have felt if I was really reliant on this job. Yeah. My heart would have sank. So the consequences of this is that, yeah, we're discouraging job seekers. They're trying to be motivated to go and find jobs, and then they get barriers like this, and it's just increasing the reliance on benefits. Let me know what you think. You know, again, 10 years employment history for a job driving people around for 15 hours a week, I think is extreme. Thank you very much for listening.